My boyfriend was getting intimate with my best friend right above me. I was hiding under the bed secretly recording everything. Suddenly, her moans turned into blood-curdling screams. The bed shook violently. And blood cascaded onto the floor like a waterfall. Then my best friend's severed head rolled off the mattress. Her wide dead eyes staring straight at me. My soul nearly left my body. What is happening? Did my boyfriend just kill someone? I had only come here today to catch a cheater. I never expected to stumble into a murder scene above me. My boyfriend Ethan was chuckling darkly. The wet, sickening sound of a blade piercing flesh was clear and rhythmic. I clamped my hand over my mouth, forcing myself to stay silent as tears streamed down my face. Why? Why is he doing this? A few minutes later, Ethan's movement stopped as if exhausted from the exertion. He lay back on the blood-soaked bed and lit a cigarette. Just then my phone buzzed with a WeChat notification. My heart slammed against my ribs. I desperately covered the phone. But he heard the vibration. He made a questioning sound. The mattress creaked. He was lifting the covers looking for the source of the noise. I almost sobbed out loud, fumbling frantically to switch my phone to silent mode. The second I hit the mute switch, Ethan called me, Buzz. Buzz. As the silent call screen lit up the darkness under the bed. He let it ring for a full minute. When I didn't answer, he hung up and sent a voice message. Babe, are you asleep? I have to work late tonight, so I won't be coming home. After sending it, I saw his feet slide into slippers and hit the floor. The floor was covered in Sarah's blood. Ethan walked through it, leaving a trail of bloody footprints. He seemed to be searching for something in the room. Suddenly, he coughed violently twice. I jolted, so tense I forgot to breathe. Sarah's bloody head was right in front of me, staring. Her severed neck was still oozing. Her face frozen in a mask of shock and terror. Ethan walked around the room naked but didn't seem to find anything. He went to the kitchen, grabbed a cleaver and returned to the bed. His large feet were inches from my face. Then he began to dismantle the body. Chop after chop, as casual as a butcher cutting meat. Accidentally, he kicked Sarah's head. The gory object rolled deeper under the bed, coming to rest cheek to cheek with me. I slammed my hands over my mouth, shaking uncontrollably. The metallic stench of blood was overpowering. I wanted to vomit. I don't know where I got the courage, but I reached out and pushed her head outward slightly. Just as Ethan stepped forward, he kicked the head like a soccer ball, sending it flying across the room. Ethan paused, stopping his work. Blood dripped steadily from the cleaver in his hand. I prayed silently in my heart. Don't look under the bed. Please don't look under the bed. After a few seconds of hesitation, he walked over to retrieve the head. I let out a silent breath. I was safe for the moment. My brain raced trying to find a way out. Sarah lived on the 10th floor. Jumping out the window was impossible. My only chance was to wait until Ethan finished disposing of the body and left. Could I last that long? Blood was spreading toward me. I wormed my body further back, trying to avoid the crimson pool inching toward my lips. Ethan chopped for a while longer. Suddenly, one of Sarah's hands fell to the floor. My heart nearly stopped. If he bent down to pick it up, he would definitely see me. Ethan paused, then slowly bent at the waist to grab the hand. I squeezed my eyes shut, choking back a scream, praying to any god that would listen. The next second, a knock pounded on the door. Ethan froze, holding that bent-over posture, motionless. Bang! Bang, bang. The knocking continued, followed by a loud shout. I'm back. Open the door. I recognized the voice. It was Mike, Sarah's boyfriend. Ethan hesitated for a moment, coughed twice, then straightened up and walked toward the door. He put on some clean clothes, hid the cleaver behind his back and stood by the entrance. My stomach twisted into knots. If Mike broke in and fought Ethan, maybe I could escape in the chaos. Thinking this, I scooted closer to the edge of the bed, ready to bolt. Ethan hesitated, Then opened the door. What took so long? Mike's voice sounded irritated. From the hallway, my heart went cold. Mike knew about the affair. It sounded like the two men had an arrangement. Ethan smoked a cigarette, saying nothing. Only then did Mike notice the blood on Ethan. And the nauseating smell filling the air. His face went pale. You. What did you do? Ethan smiled airily. Isn't it obvious you killed her. Mike was stunned. He grabbed Ethan's collar. You said we were just playing around. Why did you kill her? I thought you didn't care if she lived or died. Ethan said calmly. Murder seemed as trivial to him as buying groceries. Mike collapsed to the floor, gasping for air. Ethan's eyes were cold, but his lips curved into a smile. Help me get rid of her. If the cops find out, you won't get away with it either. Mike snapped, shouting, bullshit. You killed her. I didn't know anything. You can't drag me down with you. Ethan moved. Suddenly, he grabbed Mike by the collar and pressed the cleaver against his throat. Let me rephrase. Help me dispose of her or I'll kill you right now. Mike finally broke. His lips trembled. Unable to speak, he just nodded vigorously. Ethan released him and jerked his head toward the bedroom, signaling him to start. Mike walked shakily to the bed. Despite being mentally prepared, seeing Sarah's butchered remains made him vomit. Instantly useless, Ethan sneered. He picked up 2 large garbage bags and went into the kitchen. I huddled under the bed, watching Mike retch while he tried to bag the body parts. Suddenly, a piece of Sarah's arm fell to the floor again. Mike bent down to pick it up and froze. He saw me. My eyes trembled. I pressed a finger to my lips in a shimmy motion. Mike instinctively looked toward the kitchen. He didn't speak. His lips moved silently. And I read his words, run. Call the police. I shuddered and nodded hard. Ethan was chopping something loudly in the kitchen. Oblivious to the situation here, I slowly crawled out from under the bed, my bare feet squelching on the blood-slick floor. I inched toward the door. The distance was only a few steps, but it felt like miles. I kept my eyes glued to the kitchen, terrified Ethan would turn around. Perhaps because the chopping was too loud. Maybe Mike was intentionally making noise to cover me. I made it out the door. In the hallway, a cold draft hit me, making me shiver. Only then did I realize my clothes were soaked through with cold sweat. I tried to run, but my legs gave out and I collapsed. It might have been my imagination, but I thought I saw the door handle behind me turn. The overwhelming will to survive flooded my body with adrenaline. I scrambled up and ran toward the stairs. I lived in the same building as Sarah. She was on the 10th floor. I was on the 18th. When I bought the place, Sarah told me the 18th floor was bad luck. But I wasn't superstitious and it was cheap. I ran up 8 flights of stairs in one breath. Reaching my door, I fumbled to open the smart lock and rushed inside. Finally feeling a sliver of safety, I slapped myself hard across the face to make sure what I just saw wasn't a nightmare. In my mind, Ethan was a gentle, mild-mannered man. An honest guy who would rather suffer a loss than hurt others. I couldn't reconcile him with that psychopathic killer. And judging by his proficiency, this wasn't his first kill. A few days ago, I noticed something was off. I found a long pink hair on his coat. It was a rare dye color and Sarah had just dyed her hair that shade. At first, I didn't want to believe it. Ethan loved me. The only times I ever saw him angry were when someone mistreated me. Sarah was promiscuous and morally loose, while Ethan was the quiet, stoic type. I didn't think they would hook up. But reality hit me hard. While Ethan was sleeping, I checked his phone. Initially I found nothing, but soon I discovered a second space, a hidden interface on his phone. Inside, it wasn't just dating apps there. It was a dedicated account for contacting Sarah. And then there were the photos. Horrifying, grotesque photos. Girls being tortured, bruised, battered. Some were dismembered, chopped in half. All the girls had blonde hair. I have blonde hair. I never imagined that beneath his gentle exterior, his fetishes were this vile. Then I saw the chat logs with Sarah. Star Bear. Honey, he's not home tomorrow. I'll wait for you. Star Bear. Don't worry. I'll give you an experience Chloe never could. Attached was a nude photo. Ethan replied with a suggestive sticker. I was consumed by rage and tears. I never thought my best friend would seduce my boyfriend. That was why I left work early today and hid under her bed. To catch them in the act. Never expected Ethan to butcher her. Why? And Mike knew about their affair. Why didn't he stop it? My mind was a mess. I pulled up my hair helplessly. After a moment of shock, I realized I had to call the police. Mike was in danger. I grabbed my phone with trembling hands. The case was stained red with blood. Hello, 911. What is your emergency? Hello? Ma'am? Are you safe? The dispatcher's voice was a tinny lifeline in the suffocating silence of my apartment. He's downstairs, I whispered, sliding my back down the wall until I hit the floorboards. My legs felt like jelly. He killed her. He chopped her up. Send everyone. Please, God, just send everyone. We have officers dispatching to your location now. Stay on the line. What is your name? Chloe. My name is Chloe. He's in apartment 1004. I'm in 1804. Okay, Chloe. Lock your door. Stay away from the windows.